What you mean? Where's the point? The point was in 3.
Where?
3. Tres.
Okay. Unless a man holding himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house.
Let's get it. I'll put this.
I'll bring that out second.
Put
That's
this
Proverbs
one.
16:33.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come to preach the downfall of America and tell the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. I mean, brother Lakama out here. But before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, L'Kapadash.
and double honors to our elders and apostles who taught us this truth, from apostles to Har on down, and all the brothers that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So we say Shalom. All right, so we're out here on this lovely Saturday. All right, it's a little windy, so Salakia if it's messing up with the camera's audio, but you know, the work gonna get done, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 3.
Let's start from the top.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, start from the top.
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 27, in the Apocrypha from the top. Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away.
Yeah, so many have sinned for a small matter, and when you're seeking after an abundance, you're going to turn away from the Most High because your eyes going to be focused on building abundance. That's why the scriptures say that a rich man is hard for, it's not impossible, but it's hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. And usually in this world, in order to acquire an abundance, and an abundance it's not 100K, it's not 150, it's not even 200K. Shalom. It's not even 200K. You know, if you're seeking the riches, millions of dollars, you usually got to do things that are against your morals to do that. You usually got to fuck some people over, steal, rob, whatever the case is, man.
Sirach chapter 27 verse 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so does sin stick to sink. Salakia. From the top again. Sirach 27 and 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling.
Yeah, man. Because when you nail something, especially into a hard surface like stone or brick, those nails are firm. Really, genuinely, when you nail anything, it's usually firm and it's meant to hold up something. Usually, you have nails that will hold up a lot of weight. All right, it's solid. So sin between buying and selling, man, it's right in between, because depending on what you're buying, what you're selling, what's the means of how you're trying to do it, you know, and it's really not always literal, right? But just between the give and take of this world, all right, sin is right there. So when you're moving in this truth, you got to be in order, because if you're not, you're going to get caught in between of those two things, right? You're not neither the buyer nor the seller, but you're caught right in the middle, which is where there's sin. So it'll lead you into sin, man.
Shalom, he said we're going live tomorrow. Glad y'all brothers made it good, man. We were just asking about you too. Verse 3. Sirach 27 and 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Yeah, unless a man hold himself diligently in the house of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, he'll soon be overthrown. All right, because the wicked are not going to prosper. The scriptures say, all right, envy not the glory of a sinner, because you don't know what his end is to be. All right, because you look at them and you look at them for how they are now, and you'll think that, okay, they're prospering, they get 2 a day up, they get money, their lives look legit. Well, first of all, social media is gas, right? First of all, smoke and mirrors, it's not real. All right. Second, these people, their glory is temporal. All right, it's temporary here in this world, because soon this world is going to be overthrown. As the scriptures say, that fashion this world passeth away. But our glory is going to come in the kingdom, where we're going to live and rule for eternity. You know, and it's so much to get into that. But at the end of the day, if you're not close to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you don't keep them by your side. If they're not your rock, your foundation, man, you're going to be overthrown, man. You're going to be taken by your lust. by your temptations. You're going to be taken away by the philosophies of the world, by the temptations of the world. You're going to have people that are going to entice you into doing things for profit, for gain. Yo, man, we got a quick lick we get hit. Yo, man, I got this business venture. Yo, it's fucked up, but you know we can make easy money. You know, and you struggling, and now what? You considering it. That's why we have to have our houses in order, not only just spiritually, but physically and financially. You know, brothers should be working towards establishing themselves. If you got credit issues, fix your fucking credit, man. You got financial issues and debts, man, pay your debts. Get a side hustle, something, because I was talking to the brother earlier, who was on the phone, was talking, I was like, yo, and the brother said that money is a defense, and that's true, as the scriptures say. It's a defense, right? Wisdom is a defense. So first, when you get wisdom, that's your first line of defense. Wisdom is umbrellas everything else. And then when you got your finances and your house together, well, what that's going to do is it's going to take away a lot of the stresses of this world, because a lot of things we go through, it'll fuck you up. Like, you got car problems, you know, you got problems dealing with your baby mom, you know, child support, or maybe you got credit card debts, student loan debts, maybe you know, whatever the case is. When those things arise, usually unexpected things go wrong in your house. You know, they hit you with a $1,500 bill, and if you don't pay it, you don't get your car, you can't move, you can't make money now, because you need to be mobile to make your money. You know, but if you just had your shit in order, right? You had a savings, you were constantly putting money up every time you got paid, you were living within your means, you had a second source of income, something to supplement your day job. Well, listen, a lot of the problems and cares of this world become null and void, because the scriptures say that it says that no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this world. And to be entangled with the affairs of this world doesn't mean not to have business in the world. You can have business and operations in the world, but you're not entangled by them, meaning you're not wrapped up in them, all right? You're not choked by them, you're not overtaken. You control the strings. But a lot of people, they're controlled by the strings of this world, and a lot of the strings of this world, one of the major strings is poverty, debt, you know, struggling. Now when you struggle, the only thing you worried about is getting out of the struggle. You're not even worried about the Lord at that point. You're too focused on the bread. And I know this because I've been there. I've literally been there for years, man. It was like the 2-year period when I was in this truth where my growth was like this. It was nowhere. I was still in the truth. I was still going to camp. I was still doing my lessons, you know, but it was a little bit more sporadic. You know, I wasn't really seeing any personal growth and wisdom and personal. And then, you know, I just kept pushing. And one day I made a decision to pivot in a different direction. And then it's only been up since then, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shemi Shai.
I got something for you.
Yep, you got it, bro.
Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Yeah, wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Like I said, wisdom umbrellas many different things. Wisdom umbrellas consistency, discipline, ambition, knowledge, intellect, right? Because you can, like, again, me and the brother had a very long conversation earlier, and I was saying, like, listen, and the brother brought up another profound point. He said information without action, and I forgot what you said exactly it was, but basically information without action is nothing, man. It's meaningless.
An idea we were talking
it's
about.
It's an idea, yeah.
The brother said, you know, people have a lot of ideas and dreams, but without, you know, roughly paraphrasing what he said, like, without doing anything about it, it's just, you might as well go to sleep and just dream about it.
Yeah. So
and I was like, the idea without action is just a dream.
Desires without goals and action is just dreams. You might as well just go to sleep and live and dream about living the life you want to live or having the things you want to have. But when you actually have a clear distinction of what you want and how you want to be as a man and what you want that to look like in your house, you have to take a step back. You kind of got to work backwards. All right, you start, okay, where do I want to be? I want to be here. I want to be faithful and true to Yahweh Shemi Shai. I want to be doing my daily lessons, or I want to be going to camp X amount of time. But in order to do that, I need to take less time from my job. So to do that, I need to have a side hustle. You know what I mean? Whatever. Then you say, all right, how do I get to that point? Then you got a clear understanding of where you want to be. And now you just have to make the step-by-step plan to get there and then execute it. You And you gotta make sacrifices. You gotta sacrifice time. You gotta sacrifice money. You gotta sacrifice pleasure. You gotta sacrifice sleep. All right, and you gotta be willing to do what it takes, man, to set yourself up so that you are an austere and together man. Because the Most High is here for the meek, and although we are the meek, we're the meek in spirit, right? But we don't necessarily have to be in poverty. You know, brothers don't have to be struggling. A lot of brothers struggle because of their own mentality, because of their own position they put themselves in. Although I will agree, some men have it harder than others. You know, but you know, the men that have it a little harder than others, it could be from your upbringing, your family, and the place of where you started. Because everybody starts in a different place. You know, at 18, we all got a starting point. Some people, parents had a little bit more, and they were able to afford to go to doing certain things. The mom, you know what I mean, whatever. Some people had to start from the bottom, man. But nonetheless, if you make that plan, and you execute it, you make a schedule, and you stick with it, you'll see success by all means. Especially if you're consistent. And if you realize something ain't working, you can kind of go back to the drawing board and make adjustments. You know, all these things apply to the spirit, because you can't expect to be one track on this as a man and neglect every other aspect of your life. You're going to crumble because what? You have a false balance. All right, you're pretty much a one-trick pony, if you will.
We're going to read that in a New English translation. And hey, Shalom, come on. Shalom, bro.
Shalom, come on, and Shalom, Moses.
Shalom, bro.
Why are you brothers, man?
I'm going to read the Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 12 in the NET. I'll work my way down a little bit there, okay? For wisdom provides protection, just as money provides protection. But the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves the life of its owner.
Yep.
All right? Verse 13, consider the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, for who can make straight what he has been? In the times of prosperity, be joyful, but in times of adversity, consider this: the Most High has made one as well as the other, that no one can discover what the future holds.
Yeah, you can't control your destiny, essentially. Only thing you can't control is your actions. You can't control the outcome, but you can control your actions. And from my experience, the Most High will bless those who take action. You know, if you're, as the scriptures say, with all thy ability, do good to thyself and give the Lord his due offering. So if you're doing the necessary things that are good for you, you're eating clean, you're exercising, you're waking up early in the morning, you're doing your reading, you're doing your lessons, you're going out to camp, you're being brotherly, you're going to work and you're studying, and you're going out and making connections and networking and trying to put plays together. From my experience, when you got all of those things together and you stick with that, the Most High will bless your hands, as the scriptures say. Joshua 1:8. If you want to bring that out, brother.
I got you. I was just going to give you one real quick before I go there.
Absolutely.
1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
All things must be done decently and in order. All right, and that a lot of times brothers use that scripture in regards to dealings amongst the camp and teachings, and absolutely. But take that scripture and apply it to your life. All right, your life should be in order. All right, if you're a man, and brother Yochanan talks about this a lot too. If you're a man and you just waking up and you kind of just winging it, then you'll never get anywhere. I know, like I said, I've been there, and it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to kind of like pivot into. But if you're conscious of it and you set goals for the day, like little minor, you set about 1 to 2 major goals and a few minor goals. As long as those 2 major goals get accomplished, your day was successful. And then a few minor goals. This way you don't get overwhelmed. Most people say, all right, I gotta put 10 different things I need to get done, and it overwhelms you, man. But if you just focus on 2 things, all right, you know what? I gotta get this done and I gotta get this done. All right, and as long as these 2 things are done within a day, my day was successful. And obviously one of those things should be pertaining to the spirit, and then another thing could be pertaining to your personal life. All right, and that's how you have a balance in this truth. All right, you take time and you dedicate towards the Lord, and then you take time and you dedicate towards yourself. Ultimately, when you dedicate to the Lord, it's dedicated to yourself. But you have to give the Lord his due offering, right? First and foremost. I know a brother did a video a couple of days ago. He was he said, I think he was like, pray before you play. But it was just a term, umbrella term for really just give the Lord some type of offering before you go ahead and do something for yourself. It can be as little as reading a chapter. It can be as little as watching a quick video on YouTube, you know? I don't know about you brothers, but I have a very fast mind. So I listen to most of my videos on 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how my brain works.
Right.
And, you know, so I'll get a 30-minute video done in like 20 minutes.
Right.
Because I'm on 1.5 times speed. But my brain is quick like that. And so I'm so used to like watching anime and stuff, and it's fast. You can't really understand the language. You're reading the subtitles. You're watching what's going on at the same time. So I'm so used to that I can listen to something at 1.5 times speed. Especially because a lot of brothers speak slow. Especially like Apostle Hart.
Oh yeah.
You like Apostle Hart speaks very slow.
It takes his time.
So you put his video on 1.5.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like being on normal speed. So like he did a lesson like 2 days ago. I think it was like going into like fornication. It was like an hour long. It was like an hour and 13 minutes long.
Watch that.
That was normal. I put it on 1.5. I think it was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 40 minutes. But because it's Apostle Dahar, it was like flowing like it was a normal conversation because he speaks very slow.
And it's amazing how basic he brings the lessons to it. How basic, like that the whole algorithm now with the elders going back to the basics and everything, like covering those milk scriptures.
Because that's the foundation.
Right.
Because, I mean, really, that's the foundation of the truth. As long as you have the basics, the milk, you can be delivered. You do that, you can be delivered, right? It doesn't matter if you know all the deepest, darkest prophecies and Daniel 7 and Revelation 11 and all that. You can know those breakdowns, but how is that going to benefit you in your walk? The basics are what actually yield unto life. The prophecies are merely for understanding of what's going on as a prophet and being able to relay it to the people so they know what's going on. You know what I mean? So
what we're catching hell, it's those milk scriptures, those basic scriptures, man, that'll pick your spirit back up and boost it up, man. It's like that protein drink, Boost. You know, you're feeling weak, you smack one of them down, 2 of them down, it'll give you a boost of energy. That's how the milk scriptures is, man. I got that Joshua 1:8 for you. Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success.
See if you get that in NLT. I want to see it.
I got you.
I want to see it what it sounds like in NLT.
I got you.
That's pretty simple in the KJV, but I know the NLT usually, or the GNT usually a little different.
Yeah. I got the NET right there. I could change it to the NLT. I got you. Joshua 1:8 in the New Living Translation. Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it.
Right.
Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do.
See,
Woo.
that's the key.
Yeah,
that's the key. The key is to obey the words of the Most High. You know, really, like, you know, whether it's not, you know, it's not about perfecting the law, right? Because we're not going to perfect the law in the flesh. It's about giving your best effort and making the best out of your actions in the sacrifices you give unto the Most High. It's very simple. The truth is very simple. Yahweh Shai made it very simple. Worship Yahweh above all and no other gods, right? Just serve the Most High, follow his feast days, and get out away from the fucking folly of this world, bro. Simple. And love your brother like yourself, man. Be charitable. All right, have brotherly love, man. Take care of your brothers. Check up on brothers. Encourage them. You know, give advice when needed. You know, if a brother need a helping hand, hey, lend what you can. You know, hey, look, it don't matter if you guarantee your last $20. You know, if a brother in need at this very moment, I'll give the brother that $20. Guess what? The Lord will give you $200.
And loyalty and respect goes a long way.
Loyalty
man.
and respect goes a long way, man.
Don't-
Because the scriptures say that though in Sirach 12, I think. Well, maybe it's 12. It might be 12, but it says
Let me look at it.
do good unto the godly man, and it says or give unto the godly man, and it says if you don't get a recompense from himself, you'll get it from the Lord. So that's what the Yahweh Shai said was the most important things, man, is to serve Yahweh and to love your brother like yourself. You do those two things, most of the laws are going to be easy to follow because a lot of the laws are based around how we treat each other as a nation. Not to commit adultery, not to steal, not to covet, not to lie, or bear false witness. It's super simple, man. And then the other little things, like dietary laws, it's simple, man. It's really simple. And really, in this truth, the easiest way to get in the good graces of the Heavenly Father is by making sacrifices. And making sacrifices is simple as just your time. All right, being engulfed in the Word. Every time you watch a lesson, you are gaining in the Spirit, and you're gaining points in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Every time you throw up a prayer, you're gaining in the Spirit. Every time you show love to a brother, you salute a brother in the name of the Lord, you're gaining points in the Spirit. Every time you open up the scriptures and you read a chapter, even if you just read a precept, you're gaining in the Spirit. Come, bro, offend less, man. Offend less. That's all we can do is offend less. The scriptures say you can't never go far enough. When you come to serve the Lord, give him, serve him 10 times more. It's not hard, man. But then back to Joshua 1:8. Like once you do those things, the actions that you take in your personal life, because if you're serving the Lord and your mind is engulfed in the scriptures, what you do in your personal life is not going to contradict that. That's what brothers don't realize. Like when you're engulfed in the Word, anything you do in your personal life, it by default is not going to contradict that because your mind is always on the law, always on the Word. You're always thinking about the Lord. So when you go to make a decision, your conscience will kick in like, oh, remember I told you the basal ganglia.
Yeah.
That part of your brain that's responsible for action engagement and action suppression. As soon as you go and you about to get into some shit, you be like, hold up. Nah, I can't do that.
Yep.
I ain't fucking with that. Or, that's cool, I could do that. But then you can be in the action doing it and some bullshit come up. Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then you continue in your path, right?
I got a precept for you. Romans 12:21. Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good.
Overcome evil with good. All right, but don't be overcome by evil. It's very simple. Right? You got to be in the driver's seat of this thing. You have to be in the captain seat and piloting the ship of your own life. You can't allow this world to push you to and fro, and you're influenced by the temptations of this world and by the opinions of men. Who gives a fuck what people think? Yo, once you really get out of that mentality, you'll realize your life becomes a whole lot simpler because you're only concerned about what the Lord thinks and about what you feel about yourself. And if anything, we're the most honest with ourselves. Even though we may not be honest with other people about ourselves, deep down when you ain't right, and deep down when you can be doing better or you can be doing more. And if you start to really converse with yourself, which really you're talking with the Lord, and you're figuring out all your flaws and all your errors and where you can progress, things you can work on, things you can let go, as you start to do that, you'll start to notice that your life becomes a lot easier. That's why Yahweh Shah says when you get the truth shall make you free. Because you become free from the cares, the opinions, the perceptions, all right, the status of this world. Everybody's about status nowadays. Everybody's about power. Everybody's about glory in this world. And the glory of this world is nothing. All right, but the Most High is going to give us true glory because glory without power is nothing, man. Who gives a fuck if you made a viral video on TikTok and you were the first one to do it? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if you got 1 million followers and you got some money? You don't really have power until you can control the vibration of the world. Alright, so all you jakes that got a little bit of money, got millions of dollars, yeah, y'all lives are easier in the sense of financially, but y'all really don't have no power in this world. Because y'all still got to answer to the so-called white man and use his systems and his money. You have to travel on his terms, man.
They really are a bad influence.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that.
They want to be influencers, but they're a bad influence on society, man.
Yep, no, you good. But yeah, like yo, you go on like a lot of these female rappers and artists, bro. They're worse, bro.
I got a preset for you, man. Proverbs 16 and 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Yeah, you don't want to take part. You don't want to eat from a table of proud people who obtained everything that they got from robbery, lies, rape, pillage. You don't want to eat at that table. Why? Because that's blood, bro. You're eating of blood money. All right, food that's polluted with wickedness. But it's rather for you to, hang with the poor and be humble, right? Because you know that the brothers and the sisters or whoever you with, y'all all on a like mind. Y'all know where y'all going in the world. Y'all know y'all not going to compromise your morals and your convictions for money or for fame or for power. That's why a lot of guys get full up in truth. Because they get enticed by things of this world. Like, I try to tell my father that all the time, bro. My father, he don't get it. He don't get it. And I try to tell him, like, because the beer situation, at one point in time, he was trying to get me to go into the fire department. The fire department, stable job, pension, great benefits, and then the overtime, like, you really make a good living. But the catch is, you can't have a beard.
Why not?
Apparently, the mask that they use requires a perfect seal, and the beard itself, the hair will conflict with that, even though it's proven that it actually doesn't. It's also the Philadelphia Fire Department is also very militant based. The police department used to be the same way, but the police are so short-staffed that they're opening their doors to so many different people. You don't have to have a college degree anymore. You don't have to have military experience anymore.
Wow.
You can now have facial hair and a beard and all that. They just need you. We need people. And that's just not even Philly. Even the surrounding counties, they're all opening their doors to more diverse people because they're so short. And they're paying bread now too. But yeah, so the fire department, that's why I'm like, and I told my pop, I'm like, yo, pop, that's not the only way to get ahead in society, to get ahead in life. And my pop was like, yeah, but you trying to tell me if the opportunity presented itself to you to make more bread and have a better living for you and your family, that's not the Lord? I'm like, but see, you failing to realize that the devil can present you with opportunities too. And I said, if the Most High is against me shaving my beard, why would he throw an opportunity in front of me that requires me to do something that is against his law? That's not the Most High, that's the devil. And the scriptures say that in James, that the Most High does not tempt any man to do evil. When a man is tempted, he's only tempted and drawn away by his own lust. So if you get the opportunity to go into this job that requires you to go against the law for money, that's really your own lust for money and a better living that draws you to do that very thing. It's not the Most High. And I tried to tell him that. And I told him, I said, yo, to me, shaving my beard for a job is no different than doing a homosexual act for money. That's how I look at it. That's my conviction. And people of this world can't fathom that. Like, wait, what? So you're trying to tell me you're not going just for... But that's what separates us from the rest of the people. And I did a lesson on that the other day too, based on that shooting that happened and then that fucking masjid or whatever, the Eid gathering up here in West Philly. You know, it was a shooting where 5 people were shot, injured at the Eid gathering, Muslim event. But the difference between us and them is that we actually live by our words that come from my book, and they don't. They're holy for 30 days out the month, and they'll tell you. They'll do Ramadan posts, and it'll be like 30 days of holiness, 100 and something hours of purity, something days. They'll be like, yo, y'all full of shit, man.
And that's just a post, you know,
Yo.
between them making drops.
Yo, I be seeing fucking talking about bitches that be shaking their ass, butt naked. As soon as Eid come, they delete all their pictures. Cause you know, apparently on Facebook, on Instagram, you can remove all your pictures and put them back up. Apparently, I didn't know that.
Wow.
So they'll remove all their pictures, they whole shit. Ramadan, then they garbed up,
That's crazy.
and then as soon as Eid come to an end, they right back on the joint, shaking their ass. Same thing for the niggas. They right back to selling dope in the street, trapping, killing their own people. Muslims, they become Muslims in Philly. I noticed this for protection. Because they feel like when you Muslim, it's a sign of protection. Yo, don't fuck with that brother. He on his deen. Yeah, that's a good brother, Muslim brother. Yo, don't leave him alone. But they still get killed, man. They still get killed. Because the Most High not playing with them.
I have family members that did a long time in jail, and a lot of Jakes they'll join that so-called movement in jail in that group for protection.
Yeah, Ariel tell you that.
Yeah.
Ariel tell you that about his time in the world.
Yeah.
When he experienced that and they was trying to get him to convert, he was like, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
He said that's some pussy shit. I'm like, yo, that's real.
Yeah. And most of them basically they don't become a new man anyway.
They
You know,
don't.
inside or out. But then you have some that are like more sincere.
You got
about
some.
it,
You got
actually
some.
trying to
Yeah, you
like
got
be
some.
more humble.
That's
still
some.
following the wrong
That's
path.
a small percentage.
Yeah, very small.
That's like 1/3 of the Muslims in Philly. Not even a third, probably a fucking fifth, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Every Muslim dude out in Philly, I see all hood. Every last one of them, bro.
I got Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Yeah, man. You can't control your own flesh. You can't control your own actions, your impulses, your lusts, your temptations. You're no good than a city with no walls, man. Just open for anybody to come up in there and take what's yours. To raid, to rob, to pillage. That's why in the ancient world, even today, you got some cities that actually have borders and walls, which most places do. It's the same concept, you know? They do this because they want to keep people out, right? They want to protect what's on the inside. So we need to start looking at ourselves like fortresses. I got to protect what's on the inside by controlling myself, controlling my impulses. And you're not going to get it, you're not going to be 100% from the field. Don't get it twisted. You're not going to shoot 100% from the field. But if you shoot 90%, 90% games, bro, you're winning.
Yeah.
You know? Because when you fall, you know, it's on some nut shit. You're like, man, fuck. You feel bad, remorseful, and then you go on a streak of not fucking up for a while. You fuck up. You feel remorseful, and then you go on a streak of not fucking up. But it takes effort, you know, that's why people don't want to come into the truth, like I always say, it requires change. And most people don't want to change. Most people are comfortable with being the same. And because change is hard, bro. It's hard. It's not easy. It requires self-evaluation. It requires you being honest with yourself. It requires accepting criticism from other people that are living the life you want to live. So most people they don't want to take that effort. They don't want to take those necessary steps. It's scary. They'd rather just stay conformed with the world and the status of the world because it's easy. Because everybody's doing it. So if everybody's doing it, I can blend in. I can be like the sheep. I can just follow up what they're doing. But the moment you come into the truth and you change and you make something of yourself and you become a light, you now become a target. And now you open yourselves up for all type of criticism, even unjust criticism, just criticism, and most people can't take that because most people in this world are insecure. They live their lives based on their acceptance and validation of other people. That's why they wear certain clothes. That's why they say certain words. They work certain jobs. You ever notice you talk to somebody and somebody could be working at a fast food restaurant doing cleaning, and as soon as they say, yo, what you doing for work? They're gonna try to make their job more of what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, right now, I got some things going on, but you know, I'm a specialist over at this restaurant. Yo, man, I clean, bro. I'm janitor at Burger King, bro, right now,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'm fucked up.
Sign a
Like I
thanks.
said, I'm doing sanitation at Burger King right now. Okay, because they thinking like he gonna judge me, thinking I ain't shit. But you ain't shit though. So what difference do it make if somebody think you ain't shit and you ain't shit? You ain't shit. And not saying like you ain't shit, meaning you ain't shit, but your life currently is not shit, but you yourself know what needs to be done to make something better for yourself. So all you have to do is take where you are, look at where you gotta go, where you wanna go, and what steps does it take to get there, and take the steps. And when obstacles come in your way, you gotta find a way to go around or through or over the obstacles. It's that simple. That's life. Like what the scripture we brought out earlier. You can't control the outcome. All right, the Most High is what controls the outcome. So when you go through life and things don't go right, even if you did everything right, that's the Most High. And that doesn't mean quit. That doesn't mean just quit. No, just continue to push forward and persevere, and then it's going to happen in its due time. Sometimes the Most High wants to build you up a little bit longer. Like, you're doing everything right, but I need you to really learn this discipline and consistency a little bit more. Because you was doing all the good work for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, and I can give you the reward now, but then you may go back into your old ways. So I'm gonna make you labor for a little bit longer to really make that discipline and consistency engraved in who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And then once I feel like this is who you are, no matter where you want to be, you're gonna work this hard, then I'm gonna give you the reward. That's how you have to look at challenges in life, bro. I've been through the ringer, bro. So I've been fucked up for years, bro. And I've been making efforts and this and I realize now that back then I didn't have consistency. I thought I did. I thought I was putting in work. I thought I was disciplined. In reality, I wasn't. And the Most High was like, I'm not going to give you this, because I used to be terrible with money. And I used to always tell myself, all right, when I get this bread, once I get the bread, I'm going to be good. But I learned that if you're bad with money, you're bad with money. It doesn't matter if you have $1, $1,000, $100,000, or $1 million. You're bad with money, you're bad with money. You got $10 in your account, and you know this gonna have $10 gotta last you until next week. What's the first thing you do? Go to Wawa, grab your little Reese's, bag of chips, load of $10. But you need gas in your car, man.
It's true, man.
You know that, and that's how it. So the Most High is like,
buy some Lucy's.
you buy some
when you're in the
Lucy's.
world.
Yo, Jordan, you know you got $100.
Yeah.
You don't get paid for another 8 days.
Yeah.
You like, I got $100 to last me for the next 8 days. I know I gotta get gas to get me to work and back, and then I still gotta get some food for the rest of the week. So let me budget my food. I'm gonna cook. Next thing you know, DoorDash, $38. Boom. Next thing you know, stop at Wawa, grab $14. Boom, boom. You go here. Next thing you know, you got $6 in your account. You still got 5 days left.
Yeah. You go to the bar with your last $40.
Yeah, bro. That's how I used to. That's how I used to be.
That's how most
That's how I was for a long time, and I learned that because I grew up with my mom, watching my mom blow money. My mom made good money, but never had money because every time she got a little bit, she spent it. Always had something. My mom fucking retired and bought a $100,000 car, bro. Like,
wow.
And she's got fucking tens of thousands of credit card debt. She got tens of thousands of student loans for a degree she don't use that she went back at 40 something to get because she wanted to feel good about herself. Oh, I didn't graduate high school. I got my GED. I never went to college, so I'm gonna go to college and get my bachelor's degree just to say I did it. But you went $50,000 in debt for it. Ain't that? You see what I'm saying? That's how the people in this world move. It's all vanity, bro. It's vanity. It's fucking vanity, bro.
And that's what that's the system that we're in, man. You know what I mean? Because if you think about the public school system, Israelites, man, we don't get taught early about finance, man.
Hey, we don't get
about
taught
the
at
financial system, bro. The children of the elites are taught that in their schools, in those
They're private schools that you got to pay $5,000 a month in tuition. Oh,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, they in school learning about finances, money, financial literacy, credit.
Yeah.
They're learning about all that.
How to conquer the world.
I
Corporations and all that.
I don't even know for sure, but I can guarantee you that
Yeah.
those people are not paying $5,000 a month
Yeah.
to put their kids in that school if they're not learning something that's different than public school.
Yeah. Those kids are by the time they hit junior high, they're already learning about hedge funds and
Yeah.
private equity funds and pools of investments and
Yep.
all that stuff, man. You know?
Their
So-
generation is set up for generational wealth. They're taught about, yo, listen, you don't just buy a luxury car just to buy it. Buy assets and let your assets pay for your liabilities. We're not taught that kind of shit. Like, we just taught get a job, make a little bit of money, buy a car, and just to say you got a nice car. Buy a house you can't afford, and then you damn near in debt between just your car and your house, and you don't have no money to do anything else. You can't take off of work because as soon as you take off of work, your bills ain't getting paid because you live in check to check. You don't have no emergency fund. You don't have no 6-month fund. Everybody should have a 6-month fund where if they didn't work, they got 6 months of money to pay all their bills. That's how we need to move and think. You know, that's a noble system, right? We need to start incorporating that mentality in ourselves now because we're striving for the kingdom. Jake just living like bums, bro. Like, bro, they living like bums, just waiting on the kingdom, bro. And it's like, yo, I don't know, man. I'm not.
We could all do better for sure.
Yeah, bro. Like, and I'm noticing that a lot of elder brothers too, that've been in this thing for a while, are starting to push this narrative a little bit more because they're starting to realize, like, damn, we thought the Lord was coming back in 2010, and life is still going as it is. So imagine if we would have just did the shit we were supposed to do in 2009, 2010, 2011, our lives up to this point would have been a lot more comfortable. We could have focused on really just giving the Lord his due diligence. We didn't have to stress about the outside shit because we know our bills are on auto pay. You're not thinking about paying your bills. It's on auto pay. You got money in your checking account that's coming in and out directly for bills. You're not even thinking about it. You got a little side business that you can do, and you work a job 30 hours a week here, 24 hours a week, and you put a couple hours a week into your side hustle, and that's how you make your living. And you got a lot of time and flexibility to, yo, we going to camp tonight? Yo, let's go to camp Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. You know? So, it's system is rigged, man.
Yeah.
It's rigged against us.
It's ass backwards, man.
And it's all indoctrination.
Right.
Like, even bringing it back to what you said about school. When I was in high school, my 12th grade year, I remember it very vividly. It was my computer science teacher. We had a class, and this class was like it was like a big class. So they brought 2 different classes together. It's about 40, 50 people, which I went to a small school, so that's a lot for my school.
Right.
And he called himself teaching us about finances after high school or after college. And even me at 17, 18 years old, I knew it was bullshit. This man literally said, come out of college with a bachelor's degree. You'll be making $40,000 a year. I was like, okay, $40,000 with a bachelor's degree, okay. This was 2014, okay. He said, you're gonna get your apartment. The apartment's gonna be $1,500. But he broke it down, he's like, all right, bachelor's degree, $40,000, after taxes, you'll make about $2,400 a month after taxes. Then he was like, your apartment, $1,500. I'm like, $1,500 in 2014? That was a lot. Yo, $1,500 was like a 3-bedroom house.
Right.
Mind you, and when I was in high school, my high school counselor linked me up with her friend who was a real estate agent, an investor at the time. So I was and I always was into real estate up until that point. That's why she linked me with her. So that's why I was in real estate straight out of high school. So I was learning about real life real estate at 17 years old.
Wow.
So when he's talking about this, I'm like, wait, I can go get a 1-bedroom apartment in Northeast Philadelphia for $800 right now. Or I can go get an apartment over in Overbrook for $650. it's just me. I'm fresh out of college. Why do I gotta have a $1,500? That was one. So he's like, all right, now you got $900 left over. He said, your car note, $400. I'm like, $400 for a car note. Why you don't just own your car outright?
Yeah.
And even if you don't own your car outright, why are you paying $400 a month fresh out of high school, when you fresh out of college, with this high, you know what I mean?
That's a lot.
And then he's like, car insurance, $3 something. And then he did all other bills, utilities and phone. That shit ended up coming like negative $850. And I was like, people in my class was like this, oh my God, I gotta get my master's degree.
Yeah.
Then he was like, okay, now, let's say you go back to school, get your master's degree. Now you're making $55,000. I'm like, yo.
And you're already $150,000
$1,000 in debt. And then he was like, now that's not enough. Now everybody who was like, yo, I need to get my master's, they like, yo, I need to go get my PhD. Now you're really making money. He was like, now your PhD, you're making $80,000.
Yeah, how you gonna pay for that though?
Yo, I'm in my head was like, this is indoctrination at its finest.
Yeah.
You're literally indoctrinating people and telling them, if you want to be successful, you got to go through all these years of college, all these student loan debts for $80,000. And I'm like, yo, ain't nobody with a fucking PhD making 80K.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I came out of high school 2015. My W-2 was $56,000.
Wow.
Working at fucking Enterprise in sales. And this dude talking about some bachelor's degree making 40K.
Oh, Enterprise car rental?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, it's just
PhD, man.
It mind blew me, bro.
Yeah.
But fuck the part about that is I did that job for 3 years. While living at home, no bills, but my car note, because I was dumb. Went and got me a little charger. You know what I mean? But even then, it was only $500 a month.
Yeah.
End of the 3 years.
Still living at home with the.
Still living at home with my mom.
Okay.
At the end of 3 years, I moved out, bought my first house. I had nothing to show for it. I should have been stacking like at least $10,000 a year, at least. Living at home, only bill I had was $500 a month.
Yeah.
I was just, bro, blowing money.
We get
bro.
bread, man. We want to splurge, man.
Just blowing it. Paying. I remember me and Shalawamia and then one of our homies and my little brother went to Miami one year. And this was when I wasn't in the truth, obviously. And I was like, yo, I want y'all to come with me in Miami for my birthday. And I paid for everybody to come. Dumb shit like that. You know, just folly. Now, granted, I would love to be able to do that, but responsibly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to be able to be like, hey, brothers, you know, I want as a camp, I want us to all, you know, go here. I want us to travel to the city. We can do the workout there and explore, have a good time as a camp. If brothers done got it, don't worry, I got you. You know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff we should be striving for, that we can be able to build. So you got to think outside of just yourself. Like, let me make sure my shit together so that if another brother is hurting for whatever reason, I can be that, yo, brother, here, you got it. Yo, bro, you got it. You know what I mean? Think of each other rather than just yourself, man. Shalom,
Like the brother said, you know, be good. He always says, be good to thyself, or not being evil to yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of us Jakes, the first little lump sum we get, we start splurging, man. We start giving it out to everybody instead of building it up so we can do more later. And all of us have made that mistake, man.
They do it today. As soon as they get their income tax check,
Yeah.
buying cars, buying jewelry, doing shit to their house, adding shit to their, you know what I'm saying?
It's true, bro. I got
They don't take their income tax and invest it.
Yeah.
You know, invest it into a business. Invest it into a business that you already have. You know, invest it into paying off debt. You got debt. That's what you be using your income tax for.
Well, we got to tighten. As Shalawamia was saying, I don't know, in one of the camps, y'all brothers were saying you got to tighten up. You know what I mean? Even now, you know what I mean? Because now you have hyperinflation, which is caused by the devaluing of the dollar.
Yep.
So we even got to be
you got to be smarter with your bread.
Yeah.
Yo, like you got to.
Esau make it hard as shit sometimes.
What the scriptures say, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. So as we being prophets and teachers, and we're always looking into the future of what Esau is going to do and how the economy is going to crash and inflation. We're always looking into this and talking about it.
Yeah.
We should be more than ever smarter with our money and buying things that are going to benefit us when those times come. Because it's nothing wrong with preparing. That's why the Lord told us what He was going to do. The Lord told us to be a watchman. What does a watchman do? What did Joseph do in Egypt? When Pharaoh had the dream that he couldn't interpret, he got Joseph. Joseph interpreted the dream. It was like, yo, it's going to be 7 years of famine and 7 years of prosperity. So what do we do? So what did Joseph do? He made Egypt prepare for the 7 years of famine, and that's how they got through the famine. So what more than us as Israelites that have the freaking eye salve in the spirit to see what's happening? We should always be preparing that bug out bag, man. As Ariel would say. Yo, the only difference is the mindset in which you do these things. I always say that it's not always about what you do, it's about the mentality in which you do them that makes it a sin unto you. Even though it's not a sin, because it's not a sin to buy extra waters and to buy like a survival bag. It's not a sin, it's called preparation.
Right.
But what it makes it a sin unto you is when you start to put your trust and hope in the things rather than the Most High. When you buy, it's like buying a gun. There's nothing wrong with owning a gun. There's nothing wrong with, there's no law against having a weapon and using it for protection. But what makes having the weapon a sin unto you is when now you have this weapon and you feel safe because you have the weapon, not because you have the Most High.
Right.
I've had my gun license since 2017. I've had my gun since 2017. I haven't carried my gun since 2017. You know what I mean? It just sits in my house. You know what I mean? So, and I go and I'm running the streets. I'm in real estate. I was in real estate, but I'm going into the hood, looking at, I'm all over the place, and I'll never think, yo, I need to have my protection on.
Right.
No, I came into the truth, 2018. So I'm like, no. Ever since 2018, bro, that's when I was like, I started to put my trust in the Most High. Psalms 34:7, the angel of the Lord encampeth around them that feareth them and delivereth them. So my trust is in the Heavenly Father, bro. Now, if somebody happened to run up in my crib in the middle of the night,
There you go.
I got, you know what I mean? I got means of defending myself.
It's not unlawful to have it if you have it legally.
Exactly.
You understand?
And even if I did carry my gun, there's nothing wrong with that.
Still
But
gotta
it's
do
the
it
and like I said, I have my license to carry. So what would make it like vanity is if I put my trust every time because this is how people in the world are. They get their gun on them and they feel like Superman. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got my strap on. I'm good. Ain't nobody touching me.
Yeah.
But just how you feel that way, somebody else feel the same way. And they get into altercation. Whoever draws first wins. Somebody can see you before you see them. So what difference do it mean if you beefing in the street, you got your strap on you? I'm good. You might touch me. But if your op see you before you see them, you're done.
Yep.
And you see it all the time. You see it all the fucking time.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, hey, there's so many guns in the street. I saw this video on the news where in D.C., out of all places, Washington, D.C., one of the main gun dealers is the police station. So
They actually sell
the
guns.
police department got approved to be one of the gun dealers in Washington, D.C. So they started finding these guns connected to crimes that were sold legally through the police department, man.
That's
So you
like,
can see
we're
the
coming
system
to
we're
an
in.
end. Yeah, you can see it coming to an end, bro.
Yeah, bro,
The system is set up against us, man. They want us to kill each other. They want us to get drunk. They want us to get high. They want us to get intoxicated with cigarettes and fast foods and poison and sugar. And they want us to kill ourselves, man. They want us to get obese. They want us to be docile, complacent. They want us to be just fucking bums, bro.
Yeah.
So you gotta be adverse to what Esau wants you to be. Esau don't want you to be great, Jake. So what do? You be great. All right, you do everything that he's against. Esau don't want Jake to start becoming financially literate and understanding how money works and how to not buy liabilities but buy assets and then let your assets pay for your liabilities. People don't think like that. Esau don't want you to think like that. There's a song Tory Lanez did in one of his albums a few years ago, and it was a dialogue he was saying, and I remember because it stuck with me. And he was like, yeah, they fear the black man in America. They fear the educated black man, the black man who buy. He was like the black man who driving a Rolls Royce. They fear the black man that's got Rolexes and jewels and chains. They fear him because they can't. I'm like, no, they don't give a fuck about y'all.
Yeah.
They put y'all in the environment because they want y'all to. Because what all y'all doing is circulating the money back into them.
Right back to them.
They giving you the money, they're making 10 times more money off of you than what they give you. And then they entice you to go spend your money with their corporations and companies. First thing y'all do is get $1 million check. Go buy a crib for my mom. Go buy a crib for my homie. Go buy a condo for me. Let me go buy this new Rolls Royce, this new Ferrari. Let me go buy this Rolex bezel and
Yeah.
Now you broke.
End up broke. MC Hammer style.
You literally, they handed you $1 million. Mind you, they probably done made 30 mil off of you. Gave you $1 million. And it was like, all right, here.
You done sold your soul.
You sold your soul, and now you done put that $1 million back into the corporations that they have their hands in stock in.
Exactly.
Fucking dummies.
Yeah. But hey, that's why we weren't taught early, But now we live in the information age, you know what I'm saying? This is the information age. So we have, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, to some extent, the ability to learn more and apply it, you know what I'm saying? So that we can be, I don't want to use the word comfortable, but just be wiser, like the brothers breaking it down. Like be more content. And have
be more
have,
stable. That's the word. That's the best word.
There you go.
Brothers should be stable in this truth.
And it starts with applying the word of the Lord. Mm-hmm. I got Joshua 1:9, bro.
Okay.
It says, I'll read it in the NLT. I'll read it in the NLT for you. Joshua 1:9. This is my. Let me read it from 8 again.
8. Yep. Right.
Joshua 1:8. Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for Yahweh, your power, your God, is with you wherever you go.
Take it away, brother. You got it.
Oh?
No, I'm saying you got it.
Oh yeah. So like the brother was breaking down, when you apply the words of wisdom, and we can apply it, and we can all do better at that, of course, you know what I'm saying? We can all do better at applying the word in all aspects of our life, you know what I'm saying? With humility though, not with pride, with humility, that we could be more successful in our endeavors, whatever it may be, with our households, personally living better, you know what I'm saying? Controlling our spirit, having more self-control, and it's definitely a process, but we have to be courageous, have courage, and believe in ourselves, like the brother was breaking down.
You want to be more stable.
Right.
You want to be stable spiritually, physically, emotionally, and financially. That should be your goal. Because what is stability? Stability is balance. And the Most High says that balance is a just balance is a delight unto him. Yeah. And an unjust balance is an abomination. So you need to be stable in all aspects of your life. You can't just be one facet. You can't think that you're going to be stable if you only do the work of the Lord. Because what's going to happen is you neglect every other responsibility of your life, and now you're going through stress. You're having problems. You're having self-inflicted problems at that, man.
Yeah. That's true.
You're having self-inflicted problems, man.
Yeah, we become over-righteous.
Yeah. So let me got a question on the comment board. Aaron Nava. Does the devil make this program to keep our people down, or does it come from Yahweh as a curse or punishment? Shalom, brother. Everything is of Yahweh. So the devil doesn't do anything that the Most High doesn't allow him or instruct him to do. So everything that happened to our people was done by Esau, by the devil, under the order of Yahweh. Simple as that. All right, our people disobeyed the law, pursuing in Deuteronomy 28, right? From the 16th verse all the way down, that we will be cursed if we disobey his law. And the Most High wrote down the list of all of the curses. And there's other curses, but really that 28th chapter really encompasses all the curses. And that's what we're living today. So all these traps and snares were set up against us. But in reality, what's going to happen is Esau is making a trap in the end that he's going to fall into himself. Because he's no longer really targeting the 2/3 of our people. He's starting to become hip to now that there's a people separate from those people. And now the Israelites who are teaching the word and are trying to live adverse to Esau's society, they have become a target because the scriptures say that he that resists the devil and forsaketh evil maketh himself a prey. Roughly paraphrasing.
I got a precept to answer that, to help with that. Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his.
Most High controls all things. Very simple. It's not a hard concept.
Yep. Devil's in power just for a season.
Yep. It ain't no angels rebelled against the Heavenly Father, and Satan and Lucifer conspired with other angels. There wasn't none of that shit, man. There was none of that. Satan, spiritual demon Satan, was created, and he's an angel. If you want to be technical, because the angel is just a messenger, you know, a servant of God. So he was created simply to do the evil dealings of the Most High. He's literally he's like the Michael, but on the left hand side. So he's the chief commander. He's the commander of the Lord's army on the left hand side.
Yeah, the Most High sword.
Yep, the Most High sword. Exactly.
The hammer of the earth.
Yep. And then he uses the spirit of Satan to go into what? Esau, Edom, in the physical realm, to go ahead and lay that sword down.
Yeah. The scriptures say that the Lord is going to use the strange nations to bring us to jealousy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, all the more reason you should be living differently, man. Because you got these devils that got they shit together. Even though it's in their society, it's still life. And part of being a man is being adaptable and being able to adapt to any situation that you're in, and to be able to live in a society that righteously, because you can be a certain a quality of man in this world in righteousness. So that's all the more ambition and motivation that you should have as a man and as a woman to get your shit together, because now you become blameless. Esau can't say nothing about you. The Most High can't say nothing about you, because you're doing what you got to do. You're stable on all planes of your life. All right, you got everything together, and then when shit happens in your life, you're able to kind of co-balance and figure it out, because you're not too far off the scale, you know. So you don't tip too far down, you know what I mean? You get hit in your emotional life, everything else is together, so you can kind of lift yourself back up, you know what I mean? So, but the emphasis being on the spirit and focusing on the Most High and getting your life together with Him, you know, because and it's not hard, bro. Like, people make it more difficult than it is. Literally, you repent for the wrong you've done, offend less, and strive to do righteous, man, and just be in the spirit. It's literally, you can be in the spirit while doing anything else. I be at work watching, listening to videos, reading scripture, talking to brothers,
sometimes we
thinking about the Lord, praying. So it's like, it's not that deep. You can't say, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna have no job. I'm gonna just do the Lord's work. I'm gonna be like the disciples of Yahushua. Like, bro, we not in that time, bro.
When we first come into the
and
truth,
even them,
like,
even those men had business too. Paul himself was a shipwright, if I'm not mistaken. He sold ships, or he repaired ships, or something like that.
And sometimes we set ourselves on fire to make others warm, man.
Yeah, you feel me?
Let me set myself on fire to keep everybody around me warm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Self-inflicted hell, bro, is a real thing.
Bro, that's and we've all been guilty of that, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do too much, man.
I was like that when I first came into the truth.
Yeah, we don't
I was in that spirit, like, man, what does it even matter?
Yeah.
What does it matter? The Lord is going to destroy all this.
That brings depression too.
Yeah, and it did.
And it destroys your relationships too.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah. You know, that's why I can say these things so confidently, because I've experienced it. All right, and it's not even confidence; it's experience. You know, I've experienced these things. I've been thrown through the fire. I've had highs and I've had lows, man. And I fucked up relationships. I've made terrible decisions. I put off certain things for no reason at all, thinking that if I did it, I was worldly or carnal. Like,
Same here, bro.
Yo,
Same here.
like, I didn't, and just to later gain wisdom, because this is when I didn't have wisdom yet.
Yeah.
I had information. I was learning about an Israelite. I was learning about the Lord. I was learning the ways of the Most High. And then I finally discovered the truth, and wisdom came upon me. And then, you know,
you get caught up and just, I want this place to be destroyed now.
yep.
And I don't want to do, you know what I mean? You can get caught up in that, man.
That's another reason
We
why
do want, although we do want it,
we do.
you know what I'm saying? But we still got to operate, right?
I always say it's a win-win situation, right? If you have ambition in this world to be something better, right? Let's just say if you want to be a carpenter, right, or an electrician, and you're like, you know what? There's a trade school. It's 18 months, 2 years, whatever. I'm gonna just go to this trade school. The Lord, and if the Lord don't come back and I graduate and I become an electrician, I'll be working as an electrician. I'll have a career and I'll have a stable income and I'll be able to better my life, right? Or the Lord does come back. That's a win, right? That's the first win. Or the Lord comes back. We go through that process and now I'm in the kingdom. That's the win. That's the win. So either way, it's essentially a win-win, because on one side, you're bettering yourself while waiting for the Lord to come back, and you kind of lessen the burdens of your life, and now you live more stable, versus the ultimate win and desire for us is the kingdom of heaven. So it doesn't really matter. So you don't have to put your life on hold because you hope for the Lord to come back. You don't know when the Lord is coming back. I hope the Lord come back tomorrow, but is that realistic? No. So that means, you know what? I'm gonna just fuck it, cash my 401k out, rack up my credit cards, not pay my mortgage or my rent, not pay my car. No, fuck it. Society's going down anyway.
Because we become discouraged, man. You know, and that's not, you know, we can't, because it's part of just like, especially with Israelites, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you know, everything, we've been trained and brainwashed to have an emotional response to everything.
Everything, very emotional.
You know, and we're still fighting against that,
Yeah.
man.
Instead of
So
being
we have to
logical.
pray.
Because they say in the world, men are logical thinkers and women are emotional thinkers. And that's true naturally.
Right.
But in today's society, men are emotional and so are women. Most men, specifically so-called Blacks and Native Americans, were raised by their mothers or raised in dysfunctional households, raised in very emotional households, and they're trained in, I don't want to say trained, but they're influenced to respond to life crisis and situations in an emotional manner. And nothing good ever comes from responding emotionally.
We got
Even love, responding to a relationship emotionally or meeting somebody emotionally for a relationship never ends all well. Even that, you gotta even go into a relationship with logic. All right, is this woman, will she be a good mother? Will she be a good wife? What's her beliefs? How's her relationship with her mother? How's her relationship with her father? How does she act? How does she conduct herself? That's how you go into a relationship. And then the love and emotion comes throughout the process of y'all getting to know each other. That's how you go into a relationship. Not, oh my God, she's so pretty, we laugh, we have so much in common, I just love the vibe. And then you find out she's a fucking demon, bro.
And then when that hot sex on the platter, you know, ends, you know, it's not as spicy.
Yeah, reality hit.
Wow, you realize how much of a demon you know.
And
your
vice
spouse
versa,
is,
for
man.
a woman,
Yeah.
you do that with a man. And you find out this man ain't got no fucking balance, bro. Man ain't got no coof.
Don't believe in the Most High.
Don't believe in the Most High. Don't have no order. Can't lead you to success.
Yeah. I got Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 15. You want me to NLT or NLT just to keep it simple. Ecclesiastes 7 and 15. I have seen everything in this meaningless life, including the death of good young people and the long life of wicked people. So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself? On the other hand, don't be too wicked either.
Ecclesiastes? In the NLT?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
be not over righteous.
I love how it kind of like really brings more depth into it.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Wow.
Come on.
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna start it from the top.
Yeah, read it again. Hey, Shalom,
Ecclesiastes.
Paratham. Y'all about
Shalom, bro. Shalom. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and it says in bold letters there, the limits of human wisdom.
Yeah, there's limits to it.
Bro. Ecclesiastes 7 and 15. I have seen everything in this meaningless life, including the death of good young people and the long life of wicked people. So don't be too good or too wise. Why destroy yourself?
This is coming from the wisest man to walk the earth, Solomon.
On the other hand, don't be too wicked either. Don't be too wicked either. Don't be a fool. Why die before your time?
It's called balance.
Yeah.
Don't be too righteous, that to the point where you destroy yourself. Like, yo, you literally cast yourself into depression and complacency and dissatisfaction with your life because you were over righteous and you thought having ambition was wicked, carnal. You thought having money and a good job means that the Lord wasn't dealing with you. I thought that at one point. I used to think, damn, you know, if I do this, if I get this job, I might be making this kind of money, and then the Lord might not be dealing with me if I do that. I'm supposed to be broke if I'm in the truth. I'm supposed to be a bum if I'm in the truth. If I'm really a man of the Lord, that's how you'll think. No, that's contrary to the scriptures. But don't be over wicked. Don't put too much energy and effort into getting rich. Don't. That's being over wicked. Solomon also said, ask the Lord to give him neither poverty nor riches. That's right in the middle. You're not in poverty, but you don't got riches. You got just enough to be stable and to live a decent, good life.
Yeah.
Provide for your family, to have money put up, to be able to and experience things and travel and buy things for yourself and not have to stress. That's what stability is.
Yeah.
Not being wicked and chasing riches. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be like Meek Mill and fucking Jay-Z and all these Rick Ross rappers and drive Rolls Royces and Lambos and
We're not in the kingdom, man. We
Yeah.
can't build a kingdom on earth like these other flashy camps trying to do.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 18. To the point. Pay attention to these instructions, for anyone who fears the Most High will avoid both extremes.
Exactly. Anybody who fears the Most High will avoid both of those things. Anybody who really fears the Most High will have balance. It's very simple. It doesn't really need to be broken down more than that.
I got one more for you, bro. One wise person is stronger than 10 leading citizens of a town.
One wise man, bro, will be able to accomplish more than anything than 10 strong people can, right? Because most tacticians in war are not the strongest fighters. Right? Usually the king himself is not the strongest soldier, right? But he's the wisest because he's more balanced, because he is trained in the art of war. He's trained in politics. He's trained in how to run a country and a kingdom and finances. So a king is a tactician. So he's wiser than his 10 strongest soldiers. That's why he gets the glory when his war, when his army wins the war. The king gets the glory, not the warriors. Warriors get some glory, but the ultimate glory goes to the king. Henceforth, Yahweh, when Yahweh sends his son Yahweh Shai, and he raises brothers up to be kings and gods of this earth, it's not really us that's getting the glory, but it's Yahweh that's getting the glory, right? It's not really Yahweh Shai per se that's getting the glory, but it's Yahweh. But Yahweh Shai, although I will say this, the Most High pretty much passed the torch to Yahweh Shai and was like, yo, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna just do what I do as a, you know what I mean? Who knows? Whatever the creator does, you know? And Yahweh Shai was given the order to oversee the earth ultimately. And then Yahweh Shai did what? He gave the torch to us. He was like, all right, look, under my tutelage, I'm gonna let y'all run the earth. And so much more, man. And that's the beauty of it, man. That's what we seek. That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate ambition. You know, everything else we do in this life is just a pastime to maintain us, to keep us safe, to keep us content.
Yeah.
You know, to keep us away from wickedness, man. Ultimately, that's everything in this world is, man. You know, to keep our minds in our spirits and homeostasis, man, equilibrium. Keep it even playing field, man. Not too much here, not too much there.
Sounds good. Homeostasis, you said?
Yeah, homeostasis is basically when the body's in perfect alignment.
Look up that word, brother. So I'm gonna look it up. Homeostasis.
Yeah, it's basically when the body is at perfect balance. Everything, cells are working, the organs, everything, blood is flowing. So that's homeostasis.
Right.
The moment you go into like shock, or one of your organs fail, or that's when the body leaves homeostasis.
You got like a dis-ease.
You can have the dis-ease, exactly. Yep.
Paratham, the water, brother. I'm gonna bring out. He's put Proverbs 30 and 8.
Yeah, that's why I quoted.
Yep, the one you quoted. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Yep, perfect. Huh? Neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. You gotta read the next verse. Because Solomon's going to explain why he asked the Lord for that.
I got you. Let me go there real quick. Proverbs 30 and 8.
The reason why Solomon, the king, asked the Most High for that. Ultimately, he asked for wisdom, but then he asked the Most High to just maintain him, sustain him.
Beautiful. Proverbs 30 and 8 again. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee. And say, who is Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain.
Exactly. Woo. So when you are in poverty, you're easily influenced and enticed to do things for money because you're trying to get out of this situation. You're fucked up. You got 5 bills due in the next 5 days. You got $0 in your bank account. You like, yo, how am I gonna come up with your fucking landlord? Like, yo, you gotta come up with this $2,200 by Friday, by the 15th, or you're out. You're on the street. And then you think like, oh, how come I come up with $2,000 in 2 weeks, man? My job, I don't only get paid $700 every 2 weeks because I work at Burger King, because the brother was telling me that I should go and get some type of skill. But I was like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna just do the work of the Lord. So now you only making $700 in 2 weeks at Burger King, and you're like, damn. At 30, you're like, damn, man. I don't get paid for the 2 weeks since you just got paid. And you can't pay your rent. So now you thinking, then your homeboy come like, yo, man, yo, bro, yo, I got an opportunity for this nigga in the world. Like, what's up? Yo, look, all we gotta do is we gotta go here, pull up, boom, boom, easy $3 a piece, bro. Yo, bro, all we gotta do is, yo, look. You're not gonna hurt nobody. All we're gonna do is, yo, I know this crib. We're gonna run in this crib, man. If somebody in there, all I need you to do is, yo, just hold them at gunpoint. Don't shoot them, do nothing. And then you like, yo, easy 3,000, yo, 3,000. They got it in the stash. I know because I was just in there cleaning up.
End up being a murder.
And end up being some shit go down. Next thing you know, you end up getting killed or committing a murder because you had to shoot somebody to protect yourself. And now with an illegal gun that got 6 bodies on it because your homie gave it to you, now you in prison for life.
Or you didn't even do anything. You were just
a
lookout.
lookout. And you got caught up.
And one of them broke the rules and of the agreement of not hurting nobody, and there you go. Now you're accomplice to a homicide.
And then on the flip side of that, you don't want to be too full to where you got too much. Because now when you have too much things in your life that can take your eye and your attention off of the Most High.
And now, about is money.
And all you're thinking about is your possessions and money, because you got so much of it. You got millions of dollars, you got Rarries and Lambos, you got all these people. Because when you have money like that, people gravitate towards you, and you get access to so much different stuff. So now you're getting invites to all these different type of parties and events, and yo, come to my yacht, and you trying to do this, and you're not even thinking about the Lord anymore. And now you don't even feel the need to pray because shit doesn't happen to you. Like when you got that kind of money, shit don't really happen. Your car break down or whatever, you just take it to a Lamborghini dealership, they give you a loaner and fix it, and then, you know what I mean? You don't even have to think about it. So you don't want that. You don't want one or the other. You want to be in the middle, man. You want to be perfectly aligned and balanced in the Most High, and that's what's going to yield the most success. That's what's going to yield the best. So whatever you brothers and sisters took from this lesson, I pray that you are edified and that you can take some things and you can go down a path of growth, because that's what this truth is about. It's about consistent growth, self-improvement, self-enhancement, and just getting right with the Most High and getting right with yourself so that you may have prosperity. All right, so again, Lord willing, edified. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash.
and double honors to our elders and apostles, and peace and blessings to the brothers. Let's work truth and sincerity. The water to all the brothers and sisters on the common board. Shalom.